Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Last Post Fund, Quebec Region, welcome to the Pointe-Claire National Field of Honor to commemorate our deceased veterans.
Distinguished invités, distinguished guests, mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here today as Canada's Veterans Ombudsman to participate in your annual ceremony of remembrance and commemoration. This year is especially meaningful as we mark the 100th anniversary of the beginning of World War I. Here on the Champ d'Honneur National, we have a visual reminder of the sacrifice and the human cost of all military operations. World War I's global reach brought the reality of conflict to the doorsteps of every Canadian in every community across our country and left no family untouched. For a nation of only 8 million people, Canada's war effort was remarkable. More than 650,000 men and women from Canada and Newfoundland served. Over 66,000 gave their lives, and more than 172,000 were badly wounded. The recent event at a parking lot in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu that took the life of Warrant Officer Patron of Honour, and the one at the National War Memorial in Ottawa that took the young life of Corporal Nate Cirillo as he stood guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, are poignant reminders that Canada is not isolated from the rest of the world and its conflicts. The outpouring of support from Canadians following their tragic deaths, including veterans and even cadets standing vigil at cenotaphs across the country, says a lot about who we are. It also attested strongly to the high regard in which we hold our men and women in uniform. As this is the 100th anniversary of the start of World War I, we should spend a moment and reflect on Canada's contribution to ending that conflict. During the last 100 days of the war, the 4 divisions of the Canadian Corps spearheaded the final offensive of the British Empire, defeating parts of 47 German divisions. But the human cost was atrociously high, with almost 45,000 Canadian casualties, the highest casualty rate of the entire war in its subsequent history of Canadian military history. Their achievement, which started on Vimy Ridge and contributed to forcing the armistice of November the 11th, 1918, helped forge Canada into the independent nation that it is today. Some argue that World War I was Canada's war of independence. For that, as a country, we will forever be grateful to the sacrifice of not only the men and women who lost their lives, but also to those who returned and to their families who had to cope and suffer with the effects of war for the rest of their lives. Many conflicts have come and gone since those terrible days, but one common factor remains. Canadian Armed Forces personnel continue to stand on guard for Canadians and their values, such as freedom, equality, tolerance of cultural and religious freedoms, and rule of law. I salute the sacrifices of every Canadian veteran in every war, conflict, and operation in which Canada has been involved. From the Great War, World War II in Korea, the Cold War, peacekeeping missions around the world, the Gulf War, and Afghanistan. At this site, the past and the present come together. The sacrifice of these men and women made us a nation. The ongoing sacrifices made by Armed Forces personnel on behalf of all Canadians strengthened our nation. We will not forget them. Nous ne les oublierons pas. Merci.
Nous allons maintenant procéder au dépôt des couronnes. J'invite notre invité d'honneur à déposer la première couronne.